Hey guys, so I'm back doing the vlog thing. It didn't really work out last time. I tried to do it with Voltron and then I forgot. So I'm gonna do it with Gravity Falls. So I just watched the first episode, and I have seen most of the show before, but it's been a while, so I've forgotten, so I figured I could go ahead and review it. So I just watched the first episode, Tourist Trapped, and I was kind of expecting the show to have I don't know, like I was expecting it to not be as funny as I used to find it, because I used to find the show hilarious, but that was back when I was in like middle school, so I thought the humor wouldn't hold up, but for the most part it really did, which was great. There's a lot of like, you know, the kind of humor you'd expect, I guess, that's common in most cartoons nowadays. Slapstick humor, that's been around for ages. And but it's all really good, and they're like, you can see with this show and as it progresses that there's like this maybe not unique, but almost unique humor to it that really comes from the characters, and that's some of the best humor in my opinion, is like character oriented. Like once you see these characters and you get to know them, like just seeing them interact is really funny. Just all the characters' introductions for the most part is just very funny. Like Seuss is amazing, Runkle like I can't really describe the kind of humor they do in the show, but it works definitely. It has like this very bizarre tone, but the animation really helps along with that. Speaking of the animation, it's very like clean and crisp. Like it's not choppy. You can tell that there's a lot of talent going into the show. It has a nice production value, and it looks great on Blu-ray, which is what I was watching it on. So in this episode, we have the two main characters, Dipper and Mabel Pines, and they're sent to work with their great uncle, or Grunkle Stan, over the summer. And he works at this tourist attraction, and he's kind of a hack. There's some great visual humor in the show. Like he's running this place called the Mystery Shack, but the S in Shack falls down. Yeah. They think it's just going to be a boring summer, you know, out in the woods, but it turns out Gravity Falls is not so boring and normal, and hijinks ensue. In this episode, Mabel finds herself a boyfriend, and throughout the whole episode we're thinking that this boyfriend is like a zombie or a vampire or something, and Dipper, he finds this secret book out in the woods, and it's talking. That's how he finds out that Gravity Falls is not what it seems. It's confirming his suspicions that something weird is going on there. And there's this book that's not completed, which is strange. It's almost as if the author disappeared or vanished. Those mean the same thing. But he finds the book and he starts reading through it, and because of the book, he starts to suspect Mabel's boyfriend. And that's where the vampire or zombie thing comes from. And the plot twist is very funny. It turns out that it's not a zombie or a vampire, which is actually what Mabel was hoping for, which was pretty funny. But it turned out to be just a bunch of gnomes in a hoodie. And it was funny because it was almost like foreshadowed in a lot of humor. Like, you know, there's a scene where Dipper is trying to convince Mabel that her boyfriend is a zombie, and he like pops the page in the book that talks about zombies in her face, but it turns out it's just like the gnome page, and he's like, oh wait, no, and he flips over to the zombie page, and it seems like just a throwaway joke, but it turns out that that's actually what they are, and I thought that was pretty funny. So yeah, overall it was a fun episode, lots of fun characters, great writing, great acting, great animation, and curious to see where the show goes on from here, because I can't really remember. I remember some things, and I never saw the ending, so I'll be very interested to see how that turns out. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you'll stay tuned for more. Bye.